All right,
up, man?
so we got some more fun today.
Oh, God.
Not quite as harmless as last time,
Man,
but
I will say keeping these things on my phone, these pictures,
Yeah.
and things like that, just haunt me.
just open up your phone.
Yeah. So
Good
we're doing
God.
more. We're doing more blackout fails.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we got a couple good ones this time.
yeah, and by good we mean infections. So
Yeah.
I'll read this email that we got sent, and then we'll show the thingy. I had previously had work done from the main artist at the shop and was told another artist, the guy's brother, would know how to do black work. Tattoo was started on a Friday. It was wrapped in Sanoderm, but filled up with so much fluid within an hour it started leaking. I did my normal care, but washing 2-3 times a day, and Aquaphor. I feel like that's a lot of washing.
That's a lot of washing.
That's a lot of washing. I was on antibiotics by Sunday and admitted to the hospital by Tuesday. Oh, man.
Holy shit.
That's a lot.
What a trajectory.
Yeah, Friday to Tuesday.
Through the
In
floor.
the hospital. So he was getting an IV for sure. The whole underside of my forearm was numb. Yeah, definitely. And tingling. Yep. From my tricep down to my wrist, my arm was swollen. Yes. I could press my skin and it would leave indents from all the fluid buildup. Holy shit. The artist that did the work said it let it dry, yes. And so did his brother that owns the shop, and it was supposed to heal fine. Well, it's not going to heal fine.
Heal fine, you say?
Yeah, it's not going to heal fine. It's going to leave the body. That's what it's going to do. Supposed to heal fine. The tattoo scab twice. Yeah, of course it's going to. It leaked fluid, ink for 2 weeks. Ugh. The piece shown was 4 hours of work. That was a lot of work for just that amount of area. Sorry for the long rant. If you want more info, let me know. Thank you.
We don't need any more info.
Nope.
I will say Sanoderm on blackouts is a tough
Terrible
one.
idea.
Like I've done that a few times, and
Yeah.
it's not great.
Yeah.
Like
It's
at the
awful.
best of times, it's not great. We had to stop doing it.
Yeah.
Like it was too much because like it would fill up so quick and just burst.
Yeah.
And then it's like you can't leave it on once it's like that. So
No.
you gotta get it off right away. But then, I mean, it's just such a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You're better off just kind of drying that out.
Sear it and dry it.
Yep, that's what I did with all my leg blackouts.
Yeah.
I didn't have any Sanoderm for any of that.
Blackout's just a different level of trauma.
Well, and it's a different level of comprehension of healing too.
Yes. Yes.
Like, and I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming the guy here.
Yeah.
We'll get into the tattooer. In a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, when I started getting blackout tattoos as opposed to normal tattoos, my comprehension of my body and healing and all that crap went way through the roof.
Yes.
Like, and it was, I had to catch up because like the experience was so much more traumatic.
Yeah,
There was actually one time I went home and threw up, right? Because it's just, even though it doesn't feel that painful to you in the moment, your body doesn't care what your pain tolerance is.
Shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, you can be like, keep up, body, but the body goes at its own pace. You know, I'm always saying, get me something stronger than the human body.
Yeah.
Right? I want something cold, steel, mechanical.
That I can tattoo.
that can take the beating, because I feel the same way with piercings, too.
Yeah.
But your body can't keep pace with your mind for pain.
Not at all.
Just because you can sit for it doesn't mean your body should heal that.
Yeah.
Or could heal that.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Okay, so 4 hours.
That's so. This is all the area that got tattooed in 4 hours.
I had something similar happen on my my right wrist.
Yeah.
Where we had done, it was a girl who was tattooing here for a minute. I don't even remember her name to say it, and I wouldn't anyway. But Lee had gone away, and he was like, "Oh, well, she can do part of your blackout."
Yeah.
And she ended up doing the same area of my forearm for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It ended up costing me more than working with Lee. We got nothing done, and then it healed like crap.
Yeah.
Like almost all of it fell out.
Yeah.
And you could see she was physically like frustrated
Yes.
during the process.
I would be too.
And kind of like midway through started talking about how it wasn't going in. Right? Like as if I could help her
Yeah,
get
you
it.
got to do something about this.
Right,
Let
like
your skin figure this out.
Well, it was almost like she was expecting me to tell her how it would go in.
Yeah.
Was the kind of interaction. It was like, I keep doing this thing, haha, and it's not going in, like that kind of a thing. And I'm like I'm gonna be able to help. I'm like, yeah, kind of sucks, huh? Sitting there, wishing I could help.
Cool, eh?
Yeah, this is my arm we're fucking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's lot. That's barely anything for 4 hours. What do you think he used for this?
Oh man. Well, there's a big old liner that like
It's a big old liner. Yeah, they did. There's a big old liner.
Bulky big old liner.
So was this in a specific shape?
I guess.
Why would you do that? Just get rid of all this crap. What the hell is that thing up top there?
No idea.
It's like a pig or a clown?
Maybe let's see if there's another. Okay, so it's a part of a design.
Okay.
Okay. So this would probably be day.
There's an order to these pictures for sure. Yeah. So we're in some kind of a jumble, but
Okay, well,
I'll sort this out.
That's probably Sanoderm off.
Yeah. Holy crap. Look at
man.
the husk around that thing. It's like a cocoon.
Yeah.
And whatever's building in there is not good.
No.
But
or this might be like a few scabs through. I don't know. Like, obviously, Sanoderm for this guy is not a good idea. Like, look at what's going on in the inner of this.
yeah, there's some kind of an
red
allergic reaction or something going on there too.
Yeah, that's bad news. Or that's a tattoo.
In either case, it's bad news.
Yes, it is
Let's
bad
be
news.
honest.
I mean, man, first off, like, the whole approach to this, I would say, is wrong. Like, the amount of washing he's doing is too much.
Yep.
You're fucking with it too much.
Yep.
The amount of, obviously, Aquifer, whatever you're doing, is too much.
Too much. Too much.
This is way too much trauma to be treating like a little line work tattoo that has minimal trauma. Like, you gotta treat this totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you don't do much to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you do the Sanoderm route, you're not supposed to do a lot. Like the 2 to 3
not let
time
it be.
washing during the day, man, you're just breaking up that thing over and over and over again. You're never allowing it to heal.
You know what's funny is like the more you do, the more you understand that your body is pretty good at just taking care of its shit.
Yeah.
So like, for example, when I got these hand tattoos done again, it was like, oh, well, last time we tried that spray-on bandage to try and assist the healing. This time I was like, no, I'm not doing a fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to touch them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to let them be. And the swelling was down in a day and a half, and they're healed and no problems. No dropout, like perfect healing.
Yeah.
We tried to use some new product, and it fucked everything up.
Yeah.
A lot of times, the less you do, the better you'll be,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think that when people have things on their arms in places they can see a lot, they like fuss over them a lot too.
Yeah.
Right? They're always checking on them and washing them.
Well, they're
again
right in
and
their
adding
view.
them. Yeah, it's like it's all you can look at. It's fixating.
Yeah.
Right? So like when you got something on your back, you can't even see that. So
And
you're more
like-
likely to leave it alone.
And more than likely, it starts looking pretty gross. So you think, oh, I got to clean this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which, like, I get the impulse to do that. I've done that, where it's like, oh, I got to mess with this more because it's looking angry.
The more you do, the worse it gets,
It gets
though.
way worse.
Yeah, you gotta let these things be. That being said, I don't think this was done properly either. So
No.
it's just a powder keg of problems.
Yeah, because you're starting off heavy trauma, right? Like that's the worst that they can do is they can heavy trauma you.
Yeah.
I mean, the really worst they can do is they can also introduce some sort of
Just
bacterial
peppering you with like a salt shaker that says bacteria.
yeah, exactly. But like
I'll
that's
mix in my seasoning salts.
if you're in a shop and you're using disposables and fresh inks and all the normal things that everybody has to do nowadays, the risk of that. This one's going great.
Yeah.
The risk of that is significantly lower than just overworking and then creating a shitty open wound that gets infected and awful.
Yeah, it's
You know what
true.
I mean? So, like, I would say more than likely this is just overworked and horrible. And because, like, this shouldn't take you 4 hours.
No.
No matter who you are, no matter what you're running.
No.
You could do this in a 7 mag in less than 4 hours.
But the amount of hours I've spent on things about this size would amaze people. Like I did 5.5 hours on this stretch of my inner forearm one time.
Oh, that's nuts.
And then at the end of it, all I got for my trouble was a giant cuff and no color at the end of it.
Yeah, you don't need that.
So when I tell people how many hours I've been tattooed, a lot of that is like useless hours too.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of useless hours that make up a bodysuit.
Fumbling through the dark of...
It's weird. Like I guarantee you almost anyone that has like a full suit or like close to a full suit will have a story like, boy, let me tell you how many hours I wasted on this thing.
Yeah.
We could not get it to work at all.
Yeah.
Right? Or I had to do this thing over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're specifically going to like $2,000, $3,000 a day artists
Yeah, yeah.
that never do their thing wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna end up having a story like that, or possibly like this.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
I had, mine was similar. My infection was similar to this, where
Yep.
I probably should have been admitted to the hospital if
More
I
than
wasn't so
likely, yeah.
headstrong.
Yeah.
But it did
Could
take
have killed you.
a few months of antibiotics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I would say, I mean, it starts with the artist. Like, who knows if he knows how to do this? That's like the real long and short of it. People think this stuff is easy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not.
Anyone can be a black worker.
Yeah, Jesus. It's the
Anyone.
stupidest
It's
thing
just
I've ever heard.
black.
Just black. Who
It's
cares?
just black. Just slap it on there. Who cares? You don't even need an artist.
Yeah.
Just get a machine and do it yourself.
Some things that I find troubling in the statement is if they said it would heal fine, it won't.
Yeah.
And anyone who's tattooed at all who sees an infection should know that.
Yeah. It's not going to heal fine.
No.
You'd be lucky to have any of that left, is the idea.
It's gonna heal like trash. It will heal,
Yeah.
but it's gonna heal like trash.
Yeah.
And then more than likely, if it's done again reasonably and not overworked and
It's gonna
not
hurt.
done the same way.
This level of scarring,
Yeah.
let me tell you, anytime we tattoo over these knuckles, it's a wild time.
Yeah.
It hurts 5-6 times as much as it used to.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
It's still worth it to do for me, but like it's a different thing now.
Yeah.
You want to touch up that piece of your arm, it's going to hurt more. Deep
Well,
scarring.
You're gonna need to touch it up because damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it does not look good. And that's kind of how it's healed out.
That's the end. Yeah.
It's still healing
Yep.
by a lot.
Yeah, that underneath will be healing for
All that red needs to keep healing. That's
Yep.
gonna take months.
That's going to end up being that all that red will be kind of an off skin color by the end.
Yeah.
That's what that will be.
Well, I've got some on my.
Yeah. I've seen that happen, that dropout. It takes forever for that color to go, but it
Yeah.
eventually just goes to this weird yellowy beige kind of color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like again, anyone that knows tattooing and infections, they should know that. They should have told them what's gonna happen. I don't like it when they're like, "Oh no, it's gonna be fine."
Nothing about that is fine.
No, it's gonna be rough, and it's gonna take a while, and you get that weird tingly sensation for a month. 2
And
months.
things probably won't be healing properly for a little while because
Yeah.
they weren't for me.
Well, your body's got to prioritize healing that thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know what this guy's got for skill level, like as to how much of it was him, but I think it probably was, because that's usually when it's going to happen. You overwork the skin to a place, and it comes from someone that doesn't know how to get black into skin efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do that thing of like, oh man, I got to do it again. I got to do it again. I got to do it
Get
again.
in that skin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just inexperience usually. So I don't know. I would try and find our main recommendation: dope color artist or some guy that really does amazing tribal or Maori or something like
big
that.
time old school tribal shit.
Yeah,
Back in
and
black.
I mean, unfortunately, it'll be one of those. I don't know who will take it on.
Not many people will want to.
Yeah.
They'll be like, ugh.
Well, and like,
What do you want to do with
not
it?
not to be negative, but it's like you haven't shown that you know how to heal this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another thing for me
Yep.
where it's just like you don't have experience with this level of trauma from the looks of it.
So yeah, the onus is on both here.
Yeah,
So
I would agree. Okay, next up, this finger.
yeah, this finger. So I'm wondering what was underneath this finger at some point, but
I'm gonna say an initial.
there was a story to this too. Was like this was the fresh first pass, and he doesn't have the fresh second pass, but the fresh first pass did not work out.
No, really?
It turned into some kind of like furry caterpillar type creature
Oh yeah.
because only the main parts of it stayed a little bit. Everything else kind of just came off.
Yeah.
And then after the second pass, it's looking a little better, but it's still not great.
Yeah.
And that's, again, these are some of the worst places to try and saturate known to man.
Yes.
There's almost nothing worse. In fact, I don't know if there is anything worse than this part of the finger. Is there anything worse to try and saturate, like full saturation?
I mean, palm,
Maybe.
sole of foot,
I could maybe see that.
like full saturation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not lined.
Yeah,
Obviously,
lining
we
would be
we seem to
fine
be able
enough.
to do things for lining now.
But yeah, full saturation is a crapshoot. It's
Yeah, you
real
ain't
tough.
wrong.
Like you're almost never gonna get it. You're almost never gonna get a full saturation
Yeah.
with something like this.
Yeah, you're
like
not
even
wrong.
mine aren't perfect, but they're
No.
pretty good.
And like, as long as people understand that there's like a certain amount of limitation to
Yeah.
the area of the body, then it shouldn't be a big issue. But, well, let's see how it healed.
That's, I think, after the second pass.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So they dotted and then shaded.
yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking the dots must have come second.
Yeah.
Because I don't
But I
think
mean,
they were.
like, you can see what's underneath. They did that, the lining thing of let's fucking bury these lines in here. So those are going to be really hard unless you do the exact same thing over top of it.
Yeah, and I'm wondering why not the whole finger?
Great question.
Like, just go
Why just there?
full on with this thing.
Yeah.
Then again, trying to saturate a full finger is
Yep.
difficult.
Yep. You ain't wrong.
It's really difficult. The knuckles do not like to take it.
And I can't blame them.
So yeah, just
Yeah,
a few
this is
more.
going to be, man.
Because this is probably going to keep going
I
for
would
a
have
while.
lasered it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, would have been an easier time.
Yeah.
And now to laser this would be quite the mess.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. It might just be the exact same. Just slightly more area.
Fair enough.
Who knows? But, yeah, anyways. Okay, next up. We got a forearm.
We got a forearm that's
Forearm
first.
hand.
I understand first pass. This guy asked me how it was doing. Honestly, it needs quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the worst I've ever seen.
Agreed.
By any means.
Yep.
Looks like it's still healing.
Yep.
Like, I think it's gonna be probably 2 or 3 passes before this is solid.
I would agree.
But they're on the right track, so this is definitely on the better side of things.
Yeah.
He's got another picture here at a different angle too. Here's the underside. Always the wrist loses a bit, but I'm wondering if what there was under this he was covering, or if there was anything.
I don't know.
I'm sure there must have been something somewhere.
There's some scar tissue kind of thing in here,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming there's some stuff in there.
But that reddy hue can take a minute to go away.
Yeah.
Like that little bit of skin color that you see there, that can take a minute to go away. So,
Yep.
yeah, overall the artist's on the right track with this one, and I think it's just going to take some smoothing.
Yep.
That's all I can say about that. It's
Yeah, not
it's
half
definitely
bad,
not that bad.
Yeah. In the realm of this, I mean, we've seen the worst case scenario, so this is considerably better than that. All right, and then a hand.
So this guy was on the first one, and we see he's made some progress. This is his second pass on the fingers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Second or third. And he's still got work to do, but
Yeah. Starting to look good, though.
it's starting to get there.
Yeah, it
it's
really
starting
is.
to get there. Like, yeah, he's starting to figure this out.
Yeah, it's starting to look really smooth and nice.
This just goes to show you that you might not be able to get it a one pass, but
No.
if you're willing to work on it.
Yeah.
Because like I had a few people comment on the other one that, well, I went to Hood and I got a one-shot black arm.
Yeah,
and it looks
sure,
great.
great.
And it's like, yeah, not everybody can just do that.
Nah, yeah.
Like some people have to go to the local guy.
Yeah, some guys don't have that money or can't travel that
Yeah,
way or whatever.
for me, it would be the travel part. For the
Yeah.
most, like just going somewhere just to get tattooed does not make sense for my life.
No.
Like, I need to be able to do it continually at a pace that I can manage. And like, I don't like the idea of traveling somewhere for the event of getting tattooed either.
That's
I want to
fair.
be able to do it habitually.
And you want to rest at your home afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want that whole thing. Because
Yeah.
what's that trip going to cost you in the end? 5-6 grand.
Probably. Well, I mean, we had that guy that was willing to fly in.
I know.
And it's just like, wow, that's insane.
And
But
then
hey,
Rick would
why
have
not?
overslept and he would have fucked
Yeah,
the whole thing up.
Exactly, yeah. You're not wrong.
That's the thing, too. If you fly somewhere, there's no guarantee that something doesn't go wrong.
Yeah, what if your dude's sick?
Yeah, what if your dude's sick?
Yeah.
What if your dude doesn't show up for some reason?
Yeah.
So
it happens, man.
you got to be able to work with a local guy, and in this case, I think that this is the right way to do it.
Yes.
Where eventually they're going to get a decent finished product. It's just going to take some beating back and forth.
I agree. I'm very impressed with the knuckles.
He's got knuckles now.
Yeah, the fingers coming along, but the knuckles, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Those are pretty darn good.
definitely on the right track here.
Yep. Nice work. All right, keep on sending them in, and we'll keep being scared of them.
Yeah, for sure.